Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to the second part, the final part of the Call of Cthulhu Halloween special, which we've put here, re-uploaded from the old channel. And I have to say, this was a very enjoyable video to watch and to edit, and I wouldn't recommend skipping through the video. I'd recommend just sitting back, relaxing, and just enjoying the video in its entirety, because what happens throughout this video is piece by piece, as the investigators start to unlock more information, as they get closer to solving the mystery, the tension slowly builds and builds and builds, and you can only really experience that if you watch the video in its entirety. There's a very strong sense of satisfaction of, now that all the pieces are in place, the narrative of the story evolves very rapidly. So yeah, without any further ado, enjoy the finale of the old Halloween special. We're back for part 2.
Cool.
You've split up your party again, so you have Jack checking out the police station, and everyone else checking out the central library. And I believe you were trying to do research on the chapel specifically.
Yeah, the image as well.
Okay. And not forgetting that you have that book as well.
Yeah, pretty much I was doing all of it. All the research. Give him time to do research.
Okay. So, as you head into the library, it's quite a large building. Again, a very sort of government-style building. And as you come in, the scale of like the books and so on would be on the level of like the library in the Harry Potter movies. And there's a central sort of foyer area with lots of different desks. There's a couple of people there very sort of concentrated in their work. It's very quiet, and people are coming and going, getting different items from the shelves and coming back and sitting down, studying on the different documents. So you're pretty confident that this is a good repository of knowledge of the city and probably topics in general. And it was recommended by the landlord anyway. So yeah. So where do you want to begin? How do you want to go about this?
I suppose, could I do a library check?
Yes.
For, I don't know, relevant information, I suppose.
Yes, you can.
Okay. What was my library skill? Was 60 with Avebury, so let's do that. 100. 56.
That's no problem.
43. Sorry, 43. 40.
Okay. Okay, so far you come across this document here, dated 1835. So this is actually the earliest record you found on the house so far. The earliest previous was 1880. You come back to 1835.
Yep.
Process merchant builds a house, but immediately falls ill and sells it to Mr. Walter Corbitt. And your characters would recall that the same person from the will.
Yeah.
In relation to the church.
Okay. Okay.
So I'd say about an hour has passed, but you've only really just scratched the surface of what this place could have to offer, you know?
Okay, well, we're going to have to do another search then.
Okay, so there's two ways you can go about this. You can either do another search with Wentworth, which will then add plus an hour, or you could have the other two students, say, working together simultaneously to Wentworth, so it could happen in the same hour, you know.
In the same hour, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But of course,
all
I don't
right.
think they're quite as good, so more chance of failure. Right?
Well, Kiko is decent enough, but Lois is garbage when it comes to this stuff. So that's fine. I'll do what? So I have to do a dice roll for Avebury, Kiko.
We'll start with Kiko because that was in the same hour.
Okay. D100. That's 95. She found nothing because she has no.
Now you could push your roll. So what that would mean essentially is I don't know, maybe you're making a bit more noise in the library, you're starting to work a bit more busily, you know. But then the
I'm okay.
consequences of failure are you could get kicked out of the library. So,
Okay.
but if you're not in a hurry, you could just let the hour pass for her, and that'd be fine.
All right. We'll say that first hour is done for her.
Okay. So the
And
first hour is gone for everybody now, and you're moving to the second hour.
yeah.
Coming up to lunchtime now.
Okay. And I'm gonna do it again. So for Avery first.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I need to know. I needs to know. 37. Yeah.
No problem. You keep going
I'll
forward
do.
chronologically, you know? That was Wentworth,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. It was Avery. Yeah. Avery.
Okay. Walter Corbitt, sued by the neighbours, who petitioned him by force to leave the area. Quote, in consequence of his serious habits of a spotish demeanour. We've learned from the library so far that he became the new owner of the house after the previous one started to fall ill. And after being there for some time, started to get on quite badly with the neighbours. Now
Unfavorable.
the fact that this is in the library means that like it was a legal petition. It wasn't like, you know,
Yeah.
asking him nicely to leave. That wouldn't go into the library documents.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
petitioning to get him out of here.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I'll do a search for Kiko so as well.
Okay.
See what she finds. 19. She actually does something this time.
19.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so a more recent one, but evidence of Corbitt winning a lawsuit. So I'm guessing this is in relation with the petition. Get him kicked out. And then it states that there was a second lawsuit preventing him to be buried in the basement as provided by his will, which would cross-reference with the document you found in the church.
Okay.
So if we're looking at it being 1920,
Yeah.
a lot of time has passed since Corbett's been around,
Sure.
and yeah, and then there was a second lawsuit at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to remind you that you have that other book on you too.
Oh yeah, I need to research that as well.
I mean, it's a bit more. Well, you probably won't find a more suitable environment in Boston.
True. So
So.
I'd best do that then as well.
Mm.
Well, my Latin skills are 70 for Avebury, so
Nice.
I can do that.
Yeah.
E100. Clearly, it is too much for me. 85.
Yeah, you flick through the pages delicately. You see some unusual drawings, but you're still struggling with the content.
Lovely.
Your party takes a short break for lunch. Late lunch. We're probably up to about 3:30 in the day.
Okay. I don't really know what to other than to just keep doing checks to get more information.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can keep doing that if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep doing that. Get more info. So we'll go again with Avery next hour.
Okay. Okay. That's a 70, no?
That's 70, so you didn't find anything that time around. God.
No. Still have the girls.
Yeah. Go with Kiko. Might as well try with Lois as well, even though she's 25.
The way I'd go about that is just giving you an easier success with Kiko.
44, yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. Okay, both of the girls search the library extensively, but they don't find anything really that useful. After about 1866, things start to taper off. Nothing really of note.
Okay.
You were specifically trying to find out more information about the lawsuit, second lawsuit, but you couldn't find anything. You found the record, but it was an empty record, essentially.
Okay.
The file was missing.
Missing files. Okay, well I'll do one more search on the items that I have.
Yes. The book. Yeah. Don't forget you have the idol as well.
Idle, yeah. Get one more crack at the book first.
Okay.
16. Wow.
Excellent.
That's
Okay.
all
So
clear.
Wentworth starts to put together some pieces in his head from some old knowledge he'd heard about before, disconnected fragments of rumors. It's a bit more clear now as to what the content of the book is. He's given it a cursory read at this point, and as far as you can tell so far, it refers to what's called the Cthulhu mythos. And that specific character gains, we'll say, 5% skill in the Cthulhu mythos, just on a cursory read.
Okay.
So you're fairly confident. You don't know if it's in any way related to the Corbitt House, but certainly it's an exceptional document, even if it's in bad repair. And you start to wonder, does it really belong in your hands at all, or does it belong in a museum? You know.
Museum.
So it's but it's certainly an exceptional, unusual, unlike anything he's ever had before, and sort of like maybe some half-heard rumors and stories, secondhand stories, and this book is like confirming some of them.
Okay.
He also that was a 16, right?
Yeah, it was 16. Yeah.
Okay, well, definitely he would have noticed a drawing in the book, similar to the idol that you found.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's in a fairly damaged section of the book, but based on the image, it looks like the image is like half an image, like the page is ruined, but it looks similar. So you're confident that the book, at least, is in some way referencing this guy, at least in part. So
Okay. Let's see.
But your character does feel he's kind of trailing off on a personal interest at this point.
Okay. And what about the other item, tome? I have to do
Sorry?
search on that. Do I do the search on the tome next?
The book?
The other.
Well,
There's two items, isn't it?
There was a book that you
Yeah.
found in bad repair, and there was the idol.
Okay.
So you were searching through the book, and then because you got such a good roll, you noticed that you hadn't specifically searched the idol yet. But you just noticed that the image sort of cross references the similarity to the idol. So you have searched every item you have. There was also a reference to the will in the church itself, but that was in bad repair. You just noticed the name and left it at that. I mean, it was
Okay.
Presumably it was the will, but it was in such a bad repair as you were even turning the pages, it was literally crumbling away. It's just that the name caught your eye. But beyond that, there wasn't much more you could do with it. It was totally ruined by the fire.
So, can I do a check on the idol then?
Yes?
I'm not sure what
History?
check to do.
History? Maybe history, or maybe even Cthulhu Mythos.
Well, my Cthulhu Mythos is like what, 5%, which means I have to
10.
get lowered.
I'd say 5 to 10. So 10.
Okay.
So you'd need to roll under a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
What about my Egyptian hieroglyphs knowledge now?
That is not super applicable to the book because it's in Latin. So.
Okay. I'll take the history.
Yeah.
25 is a bit better. Oh. Probably not going to gain much from this, but it's to be done. Yep, 76. I hope.
You look at it. It looks similar to like a frog, but you're not sure what it is. Your mind kind of wanders back to the university, and one of your closer friends who you didn't bring to this particular expedition is into archaeology, and your mind's kind of wonders like, I really wish I had Nevada Jones with me at the moment, but perhaps when you go back to the university you can discuss it with him on a future venture.
Future.
You're certain though that all of this will be of interest to one of your friends back at the university.
Yeah.
In the future.
Okay.
But after spending probably another hour in the library, your characters are pretty satisfied that they've found the extent of what's available here.
Okay.
Because once you start moving forward in time anymore, you start to see crossover between what's available here and the Boston Globe. So you're all fairly happy.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to talk to Jack Mallone then.
Yeah.
See what he's dealt with the police.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move back to that.
No problem.
Street.
So he was basically looking for information on the family living there previously in terms of, was like there a murderer there, a stalker there, because there was a mention of this unusual character appearing in the house at certain hours, and not believing in superstitious stories as he's heard plenty of them before, he thinks there's a genuine stalker or some trickster involved who's like basically breaking into the house at night. So that's why he's at the police station. And he has an old contact there who he thought would be more useful. A guy known by the name of Kim. And the problem was, to gain access to the information he needed, he wanted a substantial bribe. And Jack didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So Wentworth would certainly have the money. And the students probably not.
I have the money.
So that's not a problem for you. So certainly...
Okay, well, I can do that.
Yeah.
I suppose we go to the police station then, yeah?
Go to the police station. You have Jack with you, so it's very easy to locate Kim. Don't really need a persuasion roll because that's already been done by Jack. And you have the credit, so automatic pass, really.
Sweet.
So he just
give me the info.
He leaves you in the waiting room, or even maybe outside the building, and he just skulks away. And comes back a moment later, really. Whatever information he has on anything to do with the house or criminal records,
Okay.
And this is what he comes back with.
Yeah.
So the file concerns a secret raid on the chapel. And this would be related to what was mentioned in the whole records about the closure. Police raid was conducted by affidavits swearing of members of the church stealing, related to disappearances of children in the neighborhood. So that neighborhood would be Corbett Street. During the raid, 3 policemen were killed, 17 cultist members were killed. However, the autopsies in relation to the report are not very detailed, as though the examinations were not performed. 54 members of the church were arrested, but all but 8 of them were released. And the record itself hints at illegal intervention, even though it was a big criminal activity. never appeared in the Boston Globe, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you have strong suspicions of there was a cover-up. It's unusual so many members would be released in such a short period of time. And then the main man involved, Michael Thomas, arrested and sentenced to 40 years in prison, has escaped and fled the state. So he would more likely be one of the 8. But regardless, he's not even in the state anymore. So the record is fairly comprehensive, being a police record. But it's also very evident that certain parts are missing or there's something unusual about it all, you know?
Okay. Okay.
So you have all those records available to you in your handouts if you want to open up any that you need to like cross-reference or anything like that. Because I have an option here. It's called Show to Players. So I just flash it up, but you have them all. You know,
I have them here. Yeah.
if there's any in particular that you need to just refresh on or where you want to go from there. But I think having Jack there definitely made the police station a lot easier.
Okay. Well, criminal involvement, which it's obvious why the gangsters are there.
Mm-hmm.
They're a part of this somehow.
Jack kind of agrees with you, and also personally feels that this might be bigger than this. Like the fact that there was records missing like, on a government level. Yes, of course, the gangs could be involved. They probably are involved, but he's suspicious that the fact that he had to bribe the guy, who's like an old contact, he's suspicious that the police were somehow involved in the cover-up as well.
Okay.
Or maybe even the judges or so on. That someone, not necessarily like the man on the street kind of thing, but like someone in the chain of events, has done something. That the crime bosses wouldn't have had the power to release 54 or 40 of the prisoners just like that and make people disappear from jail, from jail out and things be missing. It's just the police record. It's a bit unusual. So he then suggests that we just go back to his PI office and you guys can sort of sit there for an hour and reorganize. He feels starting to feel a bit uncomfortable hanging around outside the police station with this very sensitive document outside.
Yep. That's
so
fine.
you don't want to bump into the wrong person, So you head back to his office, have a cup of tea. I'd say it's probably 7 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay.
Yep. You all kind of sit together. You have time to think about your notes. Jack himself is thinking that he has one more contact that he can reach out to in the morning. Not sure how useful they'll be, but it's always worth a go. He has a guy like on the street, I suppose, like someone who's a bit just knows the people, knows the people, and he's not really involved in anything particular, but he knows the people on the street and that sort of thing. So you might investigate in the morning, but certainly for the evening, you have a chance to review everything you have, Tom.
Okay.
I think you've been on this case for 2 or 3 days now. So certainly, it's been day 2 because this is day 2. So you're doing okay, but certainly the landlord will be trying to get in contact with you soon.
Damn it takes time.
What have you pieced together, really?
Well, the fact that it's a massive government conspiracy, or at least on a police level. The gangsters are outside the actual house and can't get entry to the house. There's something weird going on in the house. There seems to be some sort of cult, priests, disappearing children, some sort of weird illness. I mean...
You thought Arkham was bad.
I know, right? I'm trying to figure out how to get into the house, to be honest. But I'm gonna have to go around those fucking guards because I'm coming to a standstill now at the moment because I have information, but I don't have much more to go.
Yeah, Jack seems fairly confident. He's saying, we'll talk to the guy. He might be able to help us out.
Yeah. Okay, so we go talk to the guy then.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that, but just in the interest of passage of time, this would be certainly the moment to sort of get all your notes together. If there's anything in particular you're just not sure of, or
No,
anything
I'm
on the
not.
piece of this, you're satisfied.
I'm satisfied. I need to get in that house, damn it.
Okay, so your investigation's gone pretty well so far. Do you want to like try and condense any of it into a letter to the landlord, or do you want to wait?
No. This is the perfect time in any Cthulhu mythos story to write a letter to an external and say that I'm going to enter the house. Here's what I found out. If I don't come back, this is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that letter.
Okay. Wentworth takes out his best calligraphy pen and starts to pen that in the night before bed. And in the morning, you hand it to Jack's secretary. She gets ready to post it, and you all head out. So Jack starts to head down Prince Street. He knows the town well, and sometimes the best way to get information is not to talk to people who know the information, but people who hear about it through second hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking someone in the area might be able to help out.
Okay.
So you find an area called Prince Street Park, and it's a fairly small park. There's not a big park really.
Right.
You're looking for your contact essentially. Well, Jack is anyway. And Prince Street and a lot of the buildings around it, as you know, are big high business. Tall buildings, a lot of businesses, a lot of windy, narrow streets. This part opens up into a small park, and you see a old man standing by, like, do you know one of these freestanding shops that you can like on wheels? Do they have an official name? Is there a name for that?
It's like a kiosk.
Yeah, like a kiosk. Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. It's got like newspapers and cigarettes and so on. And the man seems to be, as you approach, the man seems to be getting into an argument with another man. And then all of a sudden, the elderly man gets pushed down to the ground, and the other guy starts to run in the direction of Corbitt House. But there's quite a distance between the park and Corbitt House, and you're within about 10 or 15 feet of this guy and watching the incident.
I'm gonna get Lois to run after him.
Okay.
Because she has high track ability.
That's true. I think she has pretty decent speed as well.
Don't know where the speed is.
It's up the top of the sheet. Well, we know it's certainly better than Wentworth, and probably better than Jack.
Yes.
So on that basis alone.
Yes.
So
yeah. So I'm gonna send her out to catch him.
Okay.
So
she's actually
high fighting as well. She has high fighting as well, so she can tackle him.
Okay. I guess you're heading down the back alley. Yeah, he's heading down the back alley anyway. So this is a road you haven't been down before.
Okay.
Quite dark, but yeah. You don't catch, so you need to make a check or something for. Let's say do a check for track. Oh, no problem.
19.
Now let me just double check.
Like some sort of 1920s Terminator.
That's right. And you're fighting. Yeah, your brawl is pretty good, Tom. At this point you're pretty much running beside them. You need to go in for a brawl.
Yeah, tackle.
Yeah.
We're going for a tackle.
Tackle him.
Come on. Yes. A high 20.
Okay, no
My
problem.
tackle is 60. So I knock him straight.
Straight to the curve. Whatever's in his hand goes flying away. And he's like, don't hurt me. He's like just panicking a bit. Looks like quite a young man. Maybe even like 17 years old.
Okay. So I'll punch him in the face. To make him shut up.
I'm sorry.
And pay attention. Why'd you push over the man? Why are you running? What's the thing? Tell me.
I didn't have any money. I wanted some cigs.
You lie. We're going to conduct this the 1920s way. Smack him backhanded across the face.
No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Smack again.
What do you want? Where's my mom? You can't do this.
All right, so I need to find that item that he dropped.
Okay. Well, it's just you and him, so if you could find the item, you might have to let him go.
No, I'm going to tell him don't move.
Okay, I think I'm going to need another brawl check.
Okay, brawl check.
So it's not like he wants to be here. He wants to get. He is struggling against you. So another brawl.
Okay.
Okay, he breaks free. He's
Mm-hmm.
pushed you away. He's not far from you, but he's definitely pushed you away. He's doing a quick glance around for the item, can't see it, and he's starting to make a run for it. Well, he's either gone or he's around the corner. That's the thing, isn't it? But yeah, you can search for the item. You spend all of 5 minutes looking for it. It's in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
And it does seem to be a packet of cigarettes.
Stupid.
What?
So he was after the cigarettes all along. Okay. Can I examine?
Not everyone's a cultist, Tom.
God.
You can't examine it.
1920s.
You can't examine it because it's sealed.
Open it.
Okay, you open it. It's a packet of cigarettes.
Okay, fine. Chuck cigarettes to ground, walk back to party.
Okay. So the elderly man thanks you for helping him to stop the thief. He was refusing to sell him the cigarettes because for one thing he was underage, and for another he didn't have any money.
Okay.
And wants to know how he can help.
Okay, well, the information that Jack wanted.
Okay. So basically you give him not all the details, but you just get him up to speed on what you're trying to do and trying to access the house and what does he know. And he does know a bit more about the Macario family. A lot of it you already know, though, like that they moved into the house, that the father was involved in like some sort of accident, and shortly afterwards went crazy, and that eventually the mother and father were moved into the Roxbury Sanitarium, and the kids were moved to Baltimore. However, regarding the priest and the cultists or the priests, they have been visiting the house with increasing activity of late, but they're not there all the time. They more come like in the morning or when it's quiet, And Corbitt House is quite an old house. A lot of these other buildings around the place are new. This guy used to have a lot more information about the area, but as time has passed, a lot of the residents have moved out and placed in these new buildings. But he knows that you can, regardless of who's there or who's not there, he knows that there's a back alley that you can use to get to the side entrance of the house. You don't have to go down the main street and be seen by everyone trying to break into the house.
Okay.
So he also offers a free pack of cigs for your troubles.
I don't smoke. Thank you all the same. Yeah.
Jack is like, speak for yourself. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
He puts them into
Whatever,
his coat pocket. Yeah, exactly. He's not going to say no. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still
So
early morning.
Yeah, it all kind of comes down to I have two options that I can see so far.
Mm-hmm.
One is go to the house, try to go to the house, and the other is go to the sanitarium to talk to the two again.
Could talk to them again. That would take a lot of time, though. The investigation is in day 3, and that would take about 4 days to do that. And consider that Jack's already been there independently.
Okay.
So he's kind of he's like shrugging his shoulders like, I've already done that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you could ask him again for what information he has. I mean, he's already done it. You could get Jack to do like a history check, like kind of recalling what information they had from that.
He doesn't have history.
Doesn't have history.
So
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
that's probably a 20.
Some sort of barely here. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, it was fairly recent knowledge anyway, so I mean, as I said, the main parts of information were that the guy was like rambling in a white room with the Bible close to his chest, like kind of trying to protect himself. The wife, again, he had only a short interview with the wife because she was getting quite upset by the whole thing. But she talked about a ghostly figure that was with like fiery eyes that would appear in the night and stalk them, and also would sometimes get angry and throw things around the house.
Okay. That's,
Of course, she is crazy, so.
yeah.
But after that, it become too upset to really go further than that, and he had to leave. So.
That was my only option left.
I think so. I think inevitably at some point you have to visit the house. I mean, it was what you were brought here to investigate. We've gathered as much information as you can before going into this, and you have like an alternate path, I guess.
Yeah, true. All right, so we take the back alley.
Okay, you're taking the back alley. Okay, back alley it is.
Jack can have his gun out.
That'd probably be a good idea. Why not? You've Wentworth, Jack, Lois, and Kiko.
Yep.
I mean, you arrive at the back. Obviously, you can't see if there's any cars. But you don't hear anything.
So I'm gonna send Kiko to do stealth up to maybe one of the windows.
Okay.
So she's 60 on the stealth. So
there's no windows facing the back of the house, but there is some to the front there. So that's fine. Yeah. So position her wherever you want.
Mostly just kind of sneak around.
Okay. Okay. Well, you have 3 windows on this one side, door on the other. So if you're not specifying, I'm going to imagine that she like moves around the house quietly. She like takes little peeks up the window. She's not specifically investigating anything. She comes to the front of the house. She doesn't see anyone guarding the front of the house. She does notice there's one car outside, and she thought she saw some movement in one of the front rooms here. So if I just do this click, so she thinks she sees some movement in one of the front rooms, which is done a quick investigation, and she doesn't see anybody around.
Nothing clicked on my screen, by the way.
Oh, nothing clicked? Okay, so we'll say about
just
here.
Yeah.
Where is she standing? That room basically. I suppose you don't have the interior, so. But one of the front rooms near that door, she thought she saw some movement in there. And there's one car outside. There's nobody else around. And that's essentially it.
Okay.
You'd probably have to make her way back to the group, because your group doesn't have that knowledge, and that's probably what she would do.
Yeah. So I'll head back and tell them.
Okay.
What's going on? Okay. I see that Lois is capable of climbing. Can I climb up?
Climb up to the second floor?
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get Lois to try that. I don't know. Just one of the fucking windows. So what's her?
Yeah, no problem.
Climb is 40, so she's gonna fall. Yeah, 51.
51. She struggles with the footing, but she doesn't fall. I mean, just struggles at the bottom. You can try again with that if you want.
Yeah, go one more time. One more. 34. Okay.
What's her?
40.
40. 34.
40.
Yeah. Okay. So you're up to the ledge of the first floor. So you're going up to the second floor now. You need one more successful check to make it up to the window. See what's in there.
Okay, one more.
No problem.
48. Haha.
No problem. Okay. I guess she's using like her heels as like things to
Yep.
stick
Yeah,
into the.
she's one of those resourceful dames
Yeah,
in the
for
20.
sure. That's why you brought her. So
Yep. Okay. That's fine. BR.
yeah, that stands for bedroom.
Bedroom 3. Bedroom 3.
Bedroom
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Okay, so in this room, the window is a little bit fogged, like not in terms of steam, but like kind of dusty fog. But
Hmm.
from what you can make out, there's like a bare bed in there, and maybe some other
Alright.
piece of furniture. But there's no movement in the room.
Nothing. Okay. Could I climb in that window?
You could, you could try that. You investigate the window itself,
Here.
and before you can even really begin to attempt to check on that,
Uh-huh.
you notice that the window is very firm in position, and on a closer look, a very basic
Cut
spot
out
check.
there.
You don't need to even do you don't even need to roll. It's a very basic spot check. You realize that the window has been bolted shut by nails.
Okay. Alright. Well, we're not getting in that way.
So it's not a lock. It's literally someone took a hammer
Nailed it shut.
and nailed it
Cool.
shut.
Well, can't get in there, so jump back down and join the group.
Okay. Make your way down. Join the group. Somewhat of a barren room. No activity.
Is this a door here? The ground floor door?
Can you click?
BR3?
Can you click it? Yeah, that's a door. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Can I
that's
try
actually the back
open?
door. You're at the
Oh,
moment you're kind of standing in a small garden,
alright.
and you've gone around the back way, and that is the back door entrance. Whereas where
Okay,
Kiko was a moment ago was the front entrance, which actually is directly on the street.
so I want to try and peek in the window or in the door here.
Okay,
Try the door at least.
come to the door. There's an open bolt on it. Doesn't seem to be properly secured.
Mm.
This looks like a room that carries coats and umbrellas, and there's
Yeah.
even a selection of coal that's shoved in the corner.
Okay.
And as
I'm
you
gonna.
make your way in the door, even though the door wasn't secured properly, you notice several bolts on the door from the interior.
Okay.
As you're there, you hear some movement further down the hall. You can't locate
Okay.
exactly where it is though, but just being inside the house, you definitely hear some rummaging and like a lot of movement.
So I'm gonna move Jack in as well.
hmm As Jack moves into the room, you start to hear a bit more, and Jack listens a bit more intently using his experience, and you hear someone shout this phrase, "Come on, Pops, we don't have all day."
Alright. Okay. So I want to kind of peek in through the door
Yes,
there.
into the
So
outside the door. Okay,
whatever
I get you. I get you.
room.
Okay.
Do I? You have to do a skill check or anything? No.
No, I think you're okay.
Okay. Okay, it's a hallway.
It's just like the dangers are opening up in all directions at the moment for you. Possibilities. So
Hmm.
you've got two doorways there, that you can see.
You cut out there for a second.
Oh, sorry. You have two doorways that you can see, and I guess you probably could see a bit further down this way as well, into what looks like the beginnings of a stairwell.
All right, so it's the stairwell. I figured as much.
Hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to move Jack into the hallway.
Okay.
And I'm going to move Lois into the hallway. Well,
Okay. You hear like people like pulling at furniture and things.
I do want to move Avebury and Kiko into the back room.
Okay,
Just
no
leave.
problem. Do they bolt the door or do you
So
leave it
yeah,
open?
close the door behind them. The back
Okay,
back
but it
door.
has 3 separate bolts on it.
Okay.
So do you close any of those bolts or are you just closing the door?
I'm just closing one bolt behind it, just in
Okay.
case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can still open it fairly easily if you need to make a quick getaway.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So
It's here. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
I need Jack to go through the next room, which is here.
Okay.
Look in, I suppose.
Okay. But he won't be going in the room. He'll just be.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to look into the room.
No problem.
Also, you should have his gun out by now.
Okay.
Kitchen, not relevant.
Kitchen. Conventional kitchen with an icebox, wooden stove. Sorry, wooden fed stove. And a meager larder. And I don't really want to say more than that because time. Your time is moving.
Yep.
In terms of real, in-game time, you don't have time to investigate further than that. But
Okay.
as far as you can tell at the moment, it just looks like a basic, standard kitchen. A bit old, but standard kitchen. That's what you can tell for so far. And you can see that there's another connecting door here.
Okay, so I want to take a look in through that door without going in.
With Jack, is it?
Yeah. Check.
Okay. You see a well-dressed individual looking impatient. And you probably need a stealth check to not get spotted.
Jack's stealth. Ah, he's pretty good. Okay. Stealth check for Jack. Attempted fate. Fate bid back. 56.
What's
50.
his 50? You can push your luck.
Okay.
For example, you could duck to the ground really fast, which allow you to do another roll. But if you fail and they still see you, you'll be
Like an idiot.
you look like an idiot. Basically. Yeah.
No, we're gonna be all suave. I'm gonna walk into the room with gun out.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're walking through the room. Okay.
Howdy, fellas.
Okay, so he catches attention immediately. He's looking. He's like, "Who are you? Put that thing away."
No. Take a seat.
I'd love
Why
to
don't
take
you
a
tell
seat,
me?
but as you can see, I've knocked them all over.
Okay, I need him to tell me who he is. And
Okay.
why he's in this house that's supposed to be empty.
Sure. Like, why don't we just sit down over here?
That's fine, sport. You can take the seat. I'm going to keep standing.
Okay, so he's sweating it at this moment. He's not sure what to do. He asks, "Who sent you?"
A concerned party?
This is our house. You're
No, it's not.
you're breaking the law. I mean, if you
No, it's not.
whatever you want, you can take it, and just let us go.
Nope. Not your house. um,
I'm the son of the owner.
no. That's not true.
Okay. So overhearing this conversation, an individual darts out of the corner, right in front of you, sort of screaming and running towards you. This
Okay.
guy is dressed more like in priestly robes or something of that nature.
Oh, that lad. Okay. Can I suppose, bonk him on the head with the gun?
You could try. I mean, you have to realize he's running really fast at you. This is going to be a 2 second. This is a 2 second decision.
Okay. So a dodge really, I suppose, is probably the best, but my dodge isn't great, so this is gonna suck.
The biggest risk you're taking, Tom, is that he could steal your gun.
Okay.
So
Or I could just shoot him in the kneecap.
yeah, you could.
Yeah, let's do that. Because that's what I do in real life. Bang! He's on the ground.
Okay, so let's see. Your firearm skill
50.
50. Yeah.
We're only aiming for a wound here. Oh my god, 88. What the
That's not good, Tom. That's not good. Okay, give me 2 secs.
why are these numbers so garbage?
Okay. Right. Okay. So you've missed. Obviously, you've hit the ceiling or the wall or the hall. The other individual has disappeared out of sight. And I need to roll a d100. That is a fail. He's wrangling you for the gun.
Okay. So I want to punch him, I suppose. So I have 53 for attacking.
You could, yeah, I suppose you could punch him with your free arm.
Or can I shoot him again?
Oh, you could definitely shoot him. I mean, he's wrangling. He's trying to grab the gun. I mean, like you wouldn't miss. You wouldn't miss.
Oh, well, we say that, but yeah.
No, it would be an automatic. Well, okay, if you want to aim for a specific part, you have to check. If you want to hit him, there's no check. You just hit him.
Okay, well, I just want to let's put a bullet in his arm, I suppose, if I can.
Okay, so that's going to be a medium difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
medium.
Yeah. So you have the baseline, which is 50, no?
Yeah, 50.
So then it'd be 25.
Ow. No, I'm just going to shoot him. At this point, I'm not going to be able to hit him
Okay.
properly with 25.
Roll for damage.
What's my damage dice?
So it should be in your weapons.
1d10 plus 2.
Yeah.
10 plus 2. 7 plus 2. 9.
That's a 9. Wow. Okay. Okay, you shoot this guy. You've the bullets entered through the heart and out the back, possibly
Damn.
severing the spinal cord in the process. The guy goes down hard and is gargling blood.
Well, this has turned into a homicide. So,
well, it's self-defense. Self-defense.
Okay, I need to get after the other guy.
Oh, my apologies, Tom. Did I actually? Because I was wondering that I actually have tokens here that were moving across the board.
Oh, right. Okay.
But they're on there, or they're on my GM. They were, but oh well. Yeah, no. This. So I'll just go back a little bit. So this guy was here. The other guy was out of sight, so he was originally here when I was calling you to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
He's now here, bleeding profusely on the floor. This guy, as that was happening, moved to here, and then he moved out the door. Not that there was much you could do about that. So he's out the door, and you have no idea where he is. So I can probably hide him again. He just disappeared, and the other guy, you know where he is. He's the feet, bleeding out.
Well, he's dead, essentially.
He's dead. Yeah, he's gonna be dead within about 2 minutes. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Like in terms of in-game terms, he's on 1 HP. And
right.
yeah, it's not going to take him long to go to 0. So Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get information out of him.
Okay.
So I want to talk to him.
Okay. No problem.
So
What do you want to say? Choose your words carefully. Don't have much time.
what are you doing here? What are you looking for?
Okay. Okay, that's probably the most you could do. You want to do throw an intimidation or persuade or anything like that?
Persuade is 26. Intimidation is 0. What?
No intimidation?
Yeah. Okay, for a guy with a gun.
Hmm.
46 is my persuade, so we'll just have to do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
7.
76, no?
No, sorry, 36. Sorry. Shut up, 36. What? Yeah.
Is it 36?
Yeah, 36 apparently. Yeah. Going by what's on the right side is 36.
Okay. I'm not
Gotta
sure
go
which.
with what the computer says.
Okay.
Let's be honest. 36. Yeah.
Okay. Let me think for a second.
Who does number 2 work for?
Okay, so he smiles at you, points at his head with his hand, and then his eyes glaze over with a smile.
Damn it. Points to his head. Okay, cool. Okay, so I want to just kind of see what the hell he's wearing, what's he got on him,
Yeah.
information, shit like that.
So he's wearing robes similar to the ones you found in the chapel.
Right.
He doesn't seem to be carrying any personal effects, which is a bit suspicious. But he does have a pendant around his neck, and it matches the symbol of the chapel, that triangular thing, made like out of metal and hanging around his neck.
Gonna take that pendant.
Okay.
Might as well rob him, right?
Well, I suppose so. I would probably have Jack recommend to not let people go into that room,
Okay.
and to move that body into the corner of the room.
So we're gonna put like maybe a curtain or something over the body.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna leave the body where it is, and you're gonna put a curtain over the body.
Yep.
Okay, that's no problem. But for the other other characters, Jack is gonna just recommend to them to not go in there.
Okay. So that means Jack has to do the flooring in this room to see what's in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, what you're preventing from happening there is a sanity check. You don't want to do that for no reason, like.
Yeah.
Because not every day they see someone being murdered on the floor bleeding out. That's not normally doesn't happen in academia. So okay, so you're checking the dining room. Okay. Yeah, it's a large mahogany table, 7 chairs, and some scraps of rice in a bowl of soup. A lot of it is like turned rotten. This is obviously the main dining room. There's nothing of particular interest here.
Okay. I want to move into the next room, so number 4.
Room number 4. Okay, so this is the room where the two guys were primarily operating.
Okay.
And contains a couch, a couple of chairs, and some shelves that presumably were filled with various items, but a lot of it is sort of smashed to the ground, and the room's very messy. Like it doesn't take long for you to deduce that the guys were searching the room aggressively. And also the room, you notice, is full of like holy crosses and picture of the Virgin Mary and Catholic artifacts and things of that nature. So
Okay.
like more than normal. But
Okay.
what that looks like, but most of that stuff is untouched. Like the stuff hanging up, the stuff that they were focusing on was the shelving.
Okay. I'm going to go to the hall here and close the front door.
You're gonna close the front door. Yeah, that'd be a good call. There's 3 bolts on that door as well.
I'll just close one.
Okay. As you turn back to go to the living room, you notice the doors are closed to the living room.
Okay. Creepy. Maybe the door just swung shut on its own. No problem.
No problem.
What's all this stuff on to my left here? Are they rooms that I
Yeah,
can't see?
there's 2 more. Sorry, yeah, there's 2 more rooms
Yeah,
there.
we'll look into those then.
Okay. Okay, so room 1. It's classed as a storage room, filled with boxes, rusted water tank, old bicycles, and a cupboard that is boarded shut.
Okay.
Kind of a, you know the way you have that too many rooms in your house and you just leave stuff in there?
Yep. A rubbish room.
Rubbish room. But yeah.
Okay, boarded up thing. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's go to room 2.
Room 2. It's a bunch of old furniture that seems to be broken up for use as firewood.
Okay. And the final, I'm just going to stand here so I can look up the stairs and look into that room. That's clearly a bathroom, I assume.
Okay. So let's clear off the fog of war. Okay, so to the north is a stairs leading upstairs, and then to the south is actually a basement.
Okay.
Now there's lights
Okay.
on. There's lights on throughout most of the house,
Mm-hmm.
because the guys were there and so on. There's no lights on in the basement.
No kidding. I'm gonna get Kiko to go up the stairs
Up.
quietly.
Okay.
She has her hockey stick. She'll be fine.
Okay. Let's see what I can do for you. So there's a room immediately to the corner here that appears to be locked or something. And then further down the hallway, we'll say this room here, bedroom 3, you hear some movement in bedroom 3.
Okay. I'm gonna send Lois up with her.
Okay.
And we're gonna proceed down the hallway. To the next room that I can't see. Or did the movement come from room 3?
Yes, you heard something in room 3.
Okay. So we'll check room 3.
Okay. Are you going in or just peering through the door?
Peering through the door.
Okay, you're peering through the door. You don't see anything in the room. Like you see that the room has the empty bed frame, possibly a dresser.
Okay. Ghosts. Moving on to the next room.
Okay.
Peering in the door. Same story.
Okay. This room has 2 small beds, a couple of toys, visible.
Yep.
No one in there. You presume that's the kids' room.
Final room.
Okay. From what you can see a double bed and a bookshelf.
Okay.
At the same time, Wentworth hears like movement above him,
Okay.
but not your characters. Like just he's looking up the ceiling. You can hear some thumping.
Yeah,
Or
so essentially room 3. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Go back to room 3 and go inside room 3.
Okay. Okay, so you take a closer look at room 3, and compared to the other two rooms, this room doesn't look as well kept. It doesn't look like it has been disturbed in a while. And you just feel a bit uneasy. You feel like a bit sick just standing in the room. You see a bed frame, and we'll say Kiko thinks she sees someone by the window.
Thanks, huh?
Not sure. Like,
Apparition.
not sure.
Okay. Well, considering the window is like 3 feet from me.
More like, no, someone like outside the window.
Outside the window. Well, I can't get in, so. Okay, so I'm gonna get Kiko to go to the window. Just look out.
Okay, so you're gonna look out from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Could I have Lois do a spot hidden check?
No.
Okay.
She's oblivious.
Oh dear. Okay. So, Lois notices that there is blood dripping from the walls.
Good to notice.
So a very unnatural thing is occurring on the walls. And Kiko is looking out the window, and she sees a figure down there, like a shadowy figure of some kind, and he's kind of like beckoning her to come towards her.
Come hither.
Yeah, kind of come hither. And like the windows are like these old-fashioned windows, like this old-fashioned glass, so they're a bit like glass swirl in them. And also the window is musty from dust, so the figure is not clear. I mean, it could even be a shadow, a trick of the eye. At the same time that's happening, all of a sudden there's a large like shift in the room. There's a large force in the room. And suddenly Kiko finds herself broken through the window. I'll need you to roll a d6, Tom.
A D6.
Yeah.
Boom. 2.
Okay, so you take in total 4 damage. What's her HP?
Yeah. Her HP is 12.
12. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
Okay.
she's bruised. She certainly wouldn't want to do that again. But she's avoided any serious injury. She's been smashed through the glass, has fallen a story down to the floor. And well, all things considered, she could be in a lot worse shape. The bed frame is now lodged up against the window. And I need Lois to make a sanity check. What's her sanity level?
Oh, my sanity is 50. Okay.
Yeah, so you're making another D100.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're
Didn't
fine.
affect me at all. Seeing my friend just get thrown through a window. It's fine. What
Okay.
are you worried about?
And the blood on the wall starts to evaporate.
Ah, it's normal. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Kiko's
Okay.
stunned, but otherwise unharmed. Like she thinks she's maybe sprained her shoulder or something, but you know she's okay. She can manage.
Fine. She's had rougher, games of fucking hockey than this.
Nah.
Fine. Fine. So, okay. So I'm gonna get Lois to back out of the room.
Good decision. I don't think she'd
Back
disagree
out
with that.
into the hallway. hallway, yeah. And Kiko, we're gonna get Kiko to come back inside, I think.
Yeah, meet up at Wentworth, I'd say.
Yeah, so just Wentworth lets her inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. So I'm down to 8.
That's
By
right.
her health.
Yeah.
Again.
You can update her avatar. Yeah, you can do that. If you just type in to the 12, you just type in -4.
There it is.
There you go.
I got it. Cool.
Just be glad it wasn't Wentworth who headed out the window.
Yeah. He's not graceful with his falling, yeah. Although his sanity is higher, so at least he'd be a bit more.
That's true.
Stronger. Okay, so we have a ghost problem in room 3. Spooky shit going on in there. Tempted to venture downstairs.
There's a room that hasn't been checked upstairs though, as well.
I know. Yeah. I'm debating to send up Wentworth up here and Kiko also.
Okay.
She's got a hockey stick. Because that's terrifying to ghosts, right?
Is it? Well, it's an invitation, isn't it?
So we have all 3 up here.
Okay.
We're gonna go check the door.
Okay, you go to. Well, who goes to check the door?
I'm gonna send the engineer because it's one way to pry open the door, right?
Okay, so you start to fiddle with the door, and all of a sudden you say, "Hey, it's busy."
All right. Okay. Gonna need Jack up upstairs. We got another one. We got a live one. I'm gonna send.
Has that damn priest found it already, or what?
I'm gonna send Kiko downstairs.
What's taking so long?
And this guy upstairs. And I'm gonna knock on the door with my Colt 1911 and tell him to come out.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, come out.
The room goes quiet.
I'm gonna give him one more warning. $16.
You have 2 characters standing in that hallway. You have Lois and Jack.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, didn't expect that. Okay.
Got a Thompson, doesn't he? Shooting out through the door.
Yeah, some bullets are shooting through the door, Tom, through the wall, and actually hit Lois as opposed to Jack.
Oh damn!
And she takes 5 damage. That leaves her critically wounded.
Damn.
So unless people start applying some medical on that individual every round, how's long a round? 5 seconds, 10 seconds. She's gonna be losing 1 HP.
Okay, I'm gonna get Avery to that. He's there.
Yes. Well, for now we'll assume that he just kind of drags her out the path of danger.
Right.
There's not much more you can do in such a short period of time. Yeah, basically shots are coming through the door, Tom.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get Jack to shoot back.
It'll be a difficult check because you don't know where they are in the room.
It's fine. I'm shooting at the wall. It's fine.
Okay. That's a 25, I believe. 25.
That's for medium, yeah. Okay, 25. $42.
Okay, shots go into the room. And you hear like, ugh!
Okay. Hit me one. I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay.
One more time. 49. It's only getting worse.
How many rounds do you have?
Well,
Should tell you.
technically, there is. Wait. Ammo 7.
Okay, so you've done 2
Oh,
shots.
I've shot 3. 3 so
3?
far, because I killed the
Okay.
man downstairs.
Ah, you're right. And we're
3 so
assuming that
far.
each one has only been a single shot, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wait, no, I've shot 4, because I missed once. Killed him.
That's right.
Shot twice. I'm down to 3. Okay.
It's
well,
becoming
that's fine.
okay. Well, it's almost Resident Evil level of ammunition at this point.
I assume I'm another mag, right? I carry another magazine. Garbage. What kind of detective am I? 1 magazine?
Ammo 7. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, basically you have one loaded clip. You have one loaded magazine. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's not a police officer, Tom. He's a PI. This is an emergency situation.
I could argue this that most PIs will at least have 1 spare mag.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll a d10, and if it's a 1, 2, or 3, he doesn't have an extra mag.
1 d10.
Okay, he has an extra mag.
Okay, that's an extra. Okay,
So that's an extra 7. So you have 3 and 7.
Grand. Okay, well, I'm going to tell him to come out now, or to give up.
Okay. I mean, at this point, the door is pretty badly damaged, and
He surely has run out of bullets.
half swung open. So I mean, you could just kick the door down if you wanted to.
But he's shooting at the door. I don't want to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just making the point that the door is sufficiently damaged at this point that the house lock is not really any importance. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to tell him to come out.
Okay. No response.
All right. I'm going to shoot one more time. 99. Fuck me.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't hit the side of a bar.
Whatever slither of light was coming out of that room suddenly goes out. You accidentally blow.
All right, now you're coming out. Come on out.
There's just silence. There's just silence in the room, Tom.
Fine. I'm gonna make my way towards the door and push in the door.
Okay. As you push the door, you feel it get caught on somebody's arm.
Can I push harder?
Yes, you can. It drags open.
Okay, so I assume he's on the ground.
Yeah, he's on the ground.
Okay. So, can I drag him out into the hallway to look at him?
Yes, you can. That's no problem. So I'll just drag him out for you now. And
no light.
Yeah, I mean, straight away, none of you recognize him, but he's clearly dressed as a gangster. He's carrying a pistol. Not a Tommy gun. And he left that in the car. And yeah, but otherwise he seems to be a gangster, yeah. And he's out cold.
Okay. Well, Jack's gonna take his gun.
Okay. I'd say at this point you probably need to do a med check on Lois. I'd say it's probably -1 HP again, so it's down to 6.
How do I do med check?
You should have some medical skill. And it's gonna have to be Wentworth who's doing it.
Yeah,
so first aid. Your language is intimidation.
First aid. 30, okay. Yeah. Okay, 30. I don't like the sight of blood, you see. Terribly sorry.
Yeah. So you're having trouble locating the source of the wound. She continues bleeding out. She's on 5 HP.
Right. I'm gonna send Kiko up because she's fucking better health. You wanna go up?
Okay.
Can I do a med check on her immediately?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Because she has med check of 50.
Yeah.
So to sort that out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
15.
Okay, so you help stabilize her. Obviously not feeling that well. Dizzy.
Poor.
Struggling to stand up.
Okay.
You have a couple of options here. You could either everyone could just leave the house.
Uh-huh.
You could throw her on one of the beds. Doesn't seem like the brightest
Mhm.
idea considering. Or you could try and get her to one of the seats downstairs. Help her downstairs. One of these options.
Okay. I say we take her downstairs
Okay.
and maybe sit her in the kitchen.
Let's see. Is there any furniture in the kitchen?
Furniture in the
I know
kitchen.
there's a couch in the living room. A decent
Okay.
couch, like, so you could leave her. You could leave in the. And also, there's a lot of Catholic items in there, so that probably would be one of the safer rooms.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see. Kitchen.
Really, there's a kitchen table.
No, there
Nothing.
is. Well, no, it's not nothing. It says conventional kitchen. It has a stove. Has a larder press. Lots of different food items. Although it looks like a lot of the food has been eaten by pests.
All right.
Judging by the amount of droppings in the room. There's droppings on the counter and such. So, but no furniture. It's a standing kitchen. You go into the dining room if you want to sit down. There's 7 chairs in the dining room, and there's a couch in the living room. And can you also adjust? You also adjust her to 5 HP.
Okay. I'm gonna get Wentworth to take a chair from the dining room. Can I do that?
Oh yeah. That's no problem. No check needed on that. Yeah. So you move it. You move a chair from that room. Yeah, that's fine. So you have her sitting down in the kitchen.
Yep.
That's fine. She's just taking a breather. She's never been shot before. Starting to seriously contemplate the value of that paper.
Yep. Is it worth it, man? Worth it.
Yeah, she might actually just leave the college entirely now. After that, by the way.
So Jack at the top of the stairs.
Mm.
Is this gangster dead or is he just knocked out?
You'd have to make a check on that. So
What
let's see what you can do.
can I do for that?
Is there anything? Well, let's see. Biology, maybe.
Oh, I have that for this lad. He doesn't have
Sounds.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Spot hidden or
Medicine, first aid. First aid would be good. Not necessarily applying the first aid, but just general first aid knowledge. You'd be able to surmise his condition.
he's got a blank number, but it says 30% first aid.
Okay, well that just means that you have the base level of 30. So a 30 or under.
Okay, so I have 30.
Hmm.
Alright, let's do that check. So 66. I couldn't figure it out.
Not sure. Not sure. You're not seeing mountains of blood, but you're not sure if he's dead or alive.
So I want to search him.
Hmm.
I want to take everything that he has.
Okay, that's no problem. So you find some of his personal documents. You don't really recognize the individual, and also like some notes on him regarding like what they were doing there, what they were intended to do, like a letter. And it seems like they were searching the house for some kind of religious text.
Okay, well,
It's described as being older than the house, as kind of a aid in finding it.
cool. Well, I'm gonna leave that guy. I obviously took his gun.
Hmm. So it's similar to the one you have. Yeah. You search him as well, and you find an extra clip.
Okay.
But we're just going to say that it's compatible with his weapon, not yours.
Yeah,
Slightly different model.
that's fine. Kind of want to tie him up, or maybe I should move him into room 3.
Ah, you could certainly tie him to the bed. I don't think you even need to make a check for that because there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna move his body into bedroom 3 there.
All right. Yeah. Cruel bastard. Make him look like he did it.
Yep.
Okay. So the bed is standing upright, and you just sort of tie him to the frame of the bed, the bottom piece of the bed, and he looks very awkward where he is, but there's no way he's getting out.
Okay.
And his head
I'm
is a
just gonna.
slump. His head is slumping down, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. So I'm just gonna close the door and I'm gonna go downstairs with the rest of the group.
okay.
Okay, gang. This is some weird Scooby Doo shit
Yeah.
right here.
Scooby Doo gang's getting together.
I think old Wentworth and Jack should go downstairs.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, all the other lights in the house are on, but there's no light coming from this hallway.
Yeah. Do I have flashlighters?
You don't actually. I'd imagine Jack would have a flashlight though, in all seriousness. So Jack can have one.
Let's say I just found one.
Well, there'd be no reason for the other guys to have any. But it sounds reasonable that Jack would carry a flashlight. You know, if he'd have to work late, if he'd have to work at night, and he, broke into somewhere, and you couldn't turn the whole lights on, but you could flick his light on, to quickly search a desk or something or a car, you know.
Right.
So it seems completely reasonable that he would have a flashlight on him.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the other pistol to Wentworth.
Good call. What's his
No, we're both
firearm ability?
Not great, to be honest. He is a backup.
Okay.
That's all he is, to be honest.
Okay.
So we're both going downstairs.
Okay. Okay, so you pull the door open, and you notice that again, this door has 3 bolts on it, much of the house. But this one's a little different in that the bolts are on the inside, not the outside of the room.
Okay.
So you could bolt yourself in, but not bolt the room itself, if that makes sense.
So my screen hasn't changed. I'm still upstairs.
You're still upstairs. That's still, yes, that's right. You're still upstairs. Okay. I'm just describing I'm just describing the door for the moment.
The door at the top, is it?
Yeah, the top of the stairs door. As you're opening it, it doesn't open any difficulty. But you just notice that it has 3 balls like everywhere else, except that in this case they're on the inside of the door frame. You can see down the stairs. And using your flashlight, you can see that the stairway itself is quite old, made of wood, and doesn't look very stable.
Lovely. We're gonna go downstairs.
Okay. Okay. Who's going down first?
We'll go with Jack.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to do either a dex or a climb roll for making your way safely down the stairs. Dexterity.
Yeah, mine is 27.
No. The climbing's better, no?
No.
What?
20 is his default. There's no number in the.
I see. Okay.
He's a bit out of shape, this guy.
Yeah.
I think even Wentworth could do this better.
Well, his dex is 55 though.
Wait, on
his dexterity is 55.
Oh, it is. Yeah, 55. Yeah, so why the fuck is it 27? Oh, half dex. Oh, for dodge. Sorry, I'm reading it.
You're reading dodge. Yeah, that'd be a difficult. Yeah, that'd be the difficulty. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
55 is more than reasonable.
Watch how I don't make that work for me. Yeah, 73.
Okay. So in this case, you can push your luck by just continuing. You can get another roll on that by just going more slowly down the steps.
Yes, we go slowly down the stairs.
So you need another dex check for me.
29.
Okay, so you safely make it down the stairs. And you flash the light around, and you kind of see that was probably a good thing that you did make it safely downstairs. There's an awful lot of junk around here. Right, so let's get you downstairs. You see there's actually a room lighting up below you. I'm going to drag your character down there.
Don't actually
To the
see
south.
it.
Yeah, there's a lot of black. You just scroll the screen down south.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just at the base of that stairs. Yeah, there you go. Let me just get the description. So it's still dark, you know. You're just flashing your light around. What you can see is, yeah. So you can see on the ground, at first glance, you can see that the ground is full of just loads of junk, like random tools and pipes, trash can. Sorry, the trash can lid, nails, screws, almost a bit like a workshop or something, but everything's everywhere.
Okay.
Just tossed across the floor and random junk.
Okay.
So it's probably a good thing you didn't fall down the stairs.
Okay. So I suppose I move into the actual basement and just see a bit more, maybe?
Yes. So again, the room is just kind of full of all this rusty junk. And in addition, you notice that the light bulb is in, like there is a light source in here. It's just not lit. It's not active.
Okay. So I want to turn that on.
Okay. You look around the room. You don't find the light switch. There is
need a breaker box.
Yeah. There is a second room that you could venture into.
Yep.
You want to take a move to that one? That's fine. You take a look in there. And you see a, how's it described? Yeah, you see a storage bin that was intended for like storing coal. And you see, as you said, a breaker box.
Okay. We're going to flick the old switch on the breaker box.
Yeah, all the switches in the right position except for one. You flick the switch, the light goes on in the room. So now the room is properly illuminated. It just looks like a very, very poorly kept room. And then, as I said, there's a lot of junk on the floor. You notice nails. You notice, like I said, the lid, scraps of wood. You search around the walls. The walls of the room seem fairly barren, but they're lined with like wooden planks.
It's a fake wall.
Hmm?
Can I knock on that? Can I knock on the wall right beside here?
Let me check this out. What wall? Yes, you can. So you knock on that wall, and it sounds hollow.
As I suspected.
That was a very good guess, Tom. At the same time, the lights go out in that room. You still have your flashlight. But I'm definitely going to need you to make a dodge.
Okay. What's my dodge? My dodge is 27. God, you fat bastard. Come on. Oh, 7.
Nice.
He dodges. He rolls.
Okay, so you see a projectile flying out of the trash directly towards you, and it gets lodged in the wooden frame. It sort of makes this kind of dong sound, like shaking metal. And because you have your flashlight, you're able to take a better look at it, and it looks like a kind of sort of ritualistic style knife.
Okay.
As you stare at it a little longer, you notice a kind of jerking in the wood.
I was trying to get out. Okay. How does one deal with a possessed knife? Can I take the knife? Can I grab it?
Yes, you can. That would require a check on your part for sure. I would say possibly brawl.
Brawl. Okay.
Possibly brawl, yeah. Or power. What you roll?
78 for 53.
Okay, so you fail to keep a strong grip on the knife. It flies off in the center of the room. You're twisting your flashlight around, but you've lost sight of the knife. I then need you to make a sanity check.
Sanity.
Mm.
Okay, 52.
Yeah, just stay above 52.
1.
No problem. You see
No
flying
problem.
knives all the
I've seen that
time.
shit before. Before.
Okay,
Throwing knives
so do the other characters want to get involved here?
downstairs.
I mean, it's a tricky call. I will say that.
Yeah, but I have to fucking negotiate the stairs for all of them? Christ.
Yeah. And also it's dark again. And they have no flashlights.
Oh, Christ. Can't negotiate the stairs. These guys are fucking inept.
They're inept and they're injured.
Yep.
But Jack's down there on his own with a crazy knife.
That's fine. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. He is literally the action hero here. And he's just like, yeah, all right, fine, I'll do everything.
Okay.
This fucking Avery guy comes to me for help, and here's me fighting some sort of possessed knife.
Yeah, he doesn't pay me enough for this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, definitely I'll need you to do a dodge.
I need to get to the breaker box.
Yeah, okay. So you can make a dash for the breaker box, no problem. Yeah, a dodge please. I'll put it on the decks because you were moving. You had a goal in mind. It'd be quite awkward for him to hit you from that angle.
23.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so you make it to the breaker room. I'm going to assume that Jack naturally tries to close the door.
Yep.
And tries to lodge it with some extra timber or something. And flicks the breaker and gets the light back on.
Okay. There's not much else I can do here.
Not super much, no.
Can I lodge the switch open? There's something I can lodge
Yeah,
it
you
open?
could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could definitely spend some time doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna sabotage it so it doesn't shut off again.
That's a good idea.
Because that's what a smart person does.
That's true. There's enough junk around that you could either like lodge it with like a screw or a bit of wood, a chunk of wood, or even the coal or whatever, and keep the door. Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely do that. I don't think you need to check it. It would just take time. Yeah, it'll take you about 10 minutes to do that. Get it done properly. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing else really happens.
Okay. All right. Well, Jack's gonna have to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Can he bring a board with him, a piece of wood?
He could bring a piece of wood. There is also it's not in this room, but there's also the trash can lid. If you're looking for a shield,
Yep, trash can lid will do.
you could definitely grab that. So you start with the wood, you position yourself out into the room, you grab the lid, no problem. You're looking around the room, it's full of junk. You don't make any sight of the knife. The room's light, the room's bright, and your back is to the wall. So you're pretty confident it's not floating around anywhere.
Okay. It's in the pile of trash. Can I shoot one of my bullets into the pile of trash?
Yes, but bear in mind the trash is all over the room.
Okay. So the last place I would have seen the knife.
That would have been heading toward the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
You could do, yeah?
Yeah, gonna do that.
Okay.
No general direction. Just
Okay.
bang.
Okay. So you shoot into like the largest pile of trash towards the stairs you can see. You definitely unsettle a lot of the junk. But otherwise, there's no clear effect.
Okay.
Nothing jumps out at you, or nothing unusual
So
happens. Whilst you're doing this, you hear a lot of what can only be described as nervous scratching on the wall that you found to be hollow.
okay. I am conscious that I've only one bullet left.
Well, you can refresh the mag.
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh that mag.
So you have one mag with a bullet. Actually, technically, can't you leave that in the chamber?
I could
Does that
technically, yeah.
does the gun work like that?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So you can leave that in the chamber and get a fresh mag, and that would actually leave you up at eight bullets, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. Okay. Fine. That's fine. So I want to knock on the wall again.
Mm-hmm.
While holding the trash can facing towards the
Yeah,
stairs.
good idea. Yeah, pretty much the entire lining of this wall sounds hollow, and and also the wood framing, not on that wall, but all of the walls, seems like it's rotted.
Okay. Can I kick the wood? Would it break?
You can certainly kick it, no problem. Um, let's just see now. Can you like pick a specific point on the wall that you want to kick?
Right there.
Okay, so where you're not venturing into the room. You're staying to this corner. Okay,
No.
okay, I get you.
Yep.
And like all in a shot, a swarm of rats bursts out of the wall, and
Okay.
several of them are making their way towards you. So a lot of them are just trying to escape, but a lot of them are also making their way towards you. So I think I'll need a dodge, because there's an overwhelming amount of them here. We're not talking 5 or 6. We're talking like a ridiculous amount of rats.
Okay. 25 for a dodge, which my
Nice.
dodge is 27. Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, you make your way back towards the room number 2, the storage room with the breaker light. You close the door shut, and you don't come out again until the room sounds quiet. I'll also need Whitworth to do a dodge,
Oh, God.
because he's standing right there at the top of the stairs, and those rats have to go somewhere.
My dodge is 40, actually, which is...
That's not bad. That's not bad at all for an old lad.
For an old,
No,
for an old
that's
guy.
not bad at all.
He can move when he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, well. Well, it didn't work. 50. Fuck.
50. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So you failed the dodge.
5.
85. That's a miss. Okay. So a lot of them like sort of shake their way around your legs and climb up, trying to climb up your shirt and so on. But for the most part, they just make their exit out the back door.
Okay.
They knock you over,
Yeah.
but you're all right. Could have gone a lot worse. Could have gone a lot worse than that, Tom. I can tell you right now.
Right.
Yeah, but the mice are, the rats, the mice, they're out of here.
Okay. Okay. Now, the problem is, how the fuck do I get everyone down the fucking stairs?
You could try and use some of the wreckage and material down here, because it does mention that there's lumber down here, to try and reinforce the underside of the stairway.
While a hovering knife was trying to kill me.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's try that then. We're going to grab some wood and we're going to go head over to the... While using the shield.
Yeah.
And maybe just prop up to see if I can.
Okay. So you make your way towards the stairs, and you start to move some wood into position. No one really seems to oppose you. And you do it without too much difficulty, and you manage to secure some of the worst steps on the stair.
Okay.
So it looks a lot more stable now. Not like stable, but stable enough that you're not going to need to take checks.
All right. Well,
At least it's been used multiple times. You know what I mean?
right.
So
So
it'll do kind of job. Bodge job.
right. I'm gonna head Wentworth down.
Okay.
Because apparently he has high dodge.
I dodge and a gun from the gang member, so
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay.
Anybody else coming down?
As of yet, probably not.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Two is enough to worry about.
Mm.
Okay, so we're gonna go over to the wall.
Yep.
Maybe kick it in a bit.
Okay, you kick it in, you start to get your hands in, prying some of the wall away. And of course you find the crawl space where the rats were. And from there you also find a much larger room. So
Okay.
you have that area there. It's like a crawl space where the rats are. And beyond that, there's another thin wall made of wood. And it leads into a larger area.
Okay.
Dark.
Of course.
And smells quite foul.
Classic. Well, Jack has the flashlight, so they're both gonna go in.
Okay.
Corbitt's hiding place.
That's what it's called. Quite a giveaway because technically in the guide it recommends to draw out the map by hand. I was like, no.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
You enter the room. It's a largely barren room, but in the center, bearing in mind that you've only used your flashlight, there seems to be a figure lying in the center of the room, on a series of pallets. You immediately surmise that it's the body of Corbitt, and the source of the foul smell.
Okay.
On closer examination, you see that his skin is very gaunt. The eyes are on an unnatural size, unnatural proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, his skin has a very leathery texture to it.
Okay. Right. Well, can I do a check around the room without going too near him?
Yeah, you can make your way around the room, definitely. But which person? Or both, I guess?
I gotta go with Jack.
Can you just show me where you broke through the door? So the wall actually.
Right here.
Where Jack's standing. Okay, so let me just update my map a little bit here. Okay.
Right in the middle, really.
I'll draw in. I want to draw that shape in. You see. So you're saying here.
Yeah, like roughly there.
Probably about the size, roughly, of one individual.
One person.
Yeah. Okay. So as you search the room, you notice in the bottom left-hand corner there is a small table.
Okay.
So if you move to the left. Yeah, right there is a small table. It seems to have some curled up papers on it. As you're investigating that, all of a sudden, Corbitt starts to move off the pallets and head towards you.
This is where I take out the old trusty 1911 45. Start him with bullets.
Well, first of all, you need to pass a sanity check for both of them, for sure.
Okay, sanity for this lad is 52, and then Wentworth is 60. So okay. Go Jack first. Ooh. He didn't like that.
Okay.
71.
71. So he's actually failed his sanity roll.
Yep.
Okay, I need you to roll a 1d8.
Yes.
1. Oh, that's not bad, Tom. So you lose permanently 1 sanity.
It's fine. It's like,
yeah.
That's
And
weird.
yeah, that's actually that works okay. Works out okay for you there. And then
54. He's fine.
he's fine.
He's a learned man from college. I've seen this kind of thing before.
Yes, this could be a problem though, because I also need him to make an intelligence check.
Ha! 60.
How much?
60.
60. So he passes the intelligence check.
He does.
Okay, so that means he understands the full extent of what he sees.
Okay.
Which means he's going to go through. He's going to go crazy time. So can you roll a d10?
God damn it! 7. Ow.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, okay. And another one d10, please.
3.
3. Okay, so basically, Wentworth is overwhelmed by what he's seeing, and he needs to escape from this building, from this area, as far away as possible, as soon as possible.
Okay.
He's basically fleeing in panic. So regardless of anything that happens next, he needs to start moving towards the stairs out of here.
Yeah.
I would say further than that, Tom. Actually, at the base of the stairs.
All right.
He's seen enough. He's trying to actually, at the moment, Wentworth is trying to escape from the house.
Right.
And now we go back to Jack and his round of combat.
Yeah.
You said you were going to take a shot.
I'm taking all shot there with 45.
Yep.
31. Yes.
Hit. Damage.
My damage. 1d10 plus 2. 2. That's 9 plus 2 is 11.
Oh, nice.
Headshot. Bang.
Okay, so you do a good shot at him. You take a considerable chunk out of his torso, and but otherwise he seems unaffected by the damage and makes his way towards you. He's a bit how would you say, the impact has slowed him down in terms of his physical force. The force has pushed him back as he's coming forward. But in terms of pain or any other behavior, he seems to be fairly normal, as far as normal goes.
Damn zombies.
We'll then move to the next round of combat. So at this point, Wentworth is probably in room 3.
Room 3.
Upstairs, yeah.
Can he drop the gun?
I'd say he holds on to it for now. He's in such a hurry to leave that he's not really. If he was more stuck in shock, he probably would have dropped whatever he was holding. But the fact that he's just trying to run as fast as he can, for me.
Howard.
So it's Jack's second go.
I kind of want to move away from this guy. Can I move towards the exit?
Yes.
We're going this way?
Yes, you can.
Around.
That's probably too far. I'd say probably half the length of the room. So in reality, you've actually moved probably closer to Corbitt in the short term. And I'd imagine you want to take a shot?
Yeah, sure. We'll go for another shot there. 20, 30, 100. 92. That's a miss.
That's a miss. So he comes up beside you. And Let's see, he's going to make his roll. So that's 85. That's a miss.
God.
Okay, I need you to
23.
make a dodge roll.
Dodge. I don't dodge.
Okay, so roll a d4.
4. 2.
Okay, so you've avoided. Corbitt swings at you. You manage to avoid that attack, but the knife comes out of nowhere and strikes you in the back for 4 damage.
Ow.
And that's where it stays for now, lodged in your back.
Ow? Okay, so Wentworth, I assume, is leaving the building.
At this point, yeah, he'd be going back down the back alley. But I put him back to where he started. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I need Jack to get out of there. So, can I make a run for it?
You can. I'd say you get as far as the crawl space. Yeah. And obviously Corbett's going to follow you. The knife's already in your back. Corbitt, maybe you get a swing.
5.
55, I don't think that's enough. The knife automatically hits because in your back, Tom. So could I get another D4?
1.
1 plus 2, yeah, so that's 3 more damage. So basically the knife is like twisting in your back.
Okay. Okay. Let's see how it is. I need to get this knife out of my back.
And this brings us to the next round. Wentworth has found his composure. Calm
Okay.
down, and he's going to make his way back.
Right.
So I'd say room 3. He's overcome his temporary insanity. It's going back.
Okay. Can I get this knife out of my back, please?
Yes. So you need to do a what's it called? A brawl. Normally it would be no check at all, but because the knife is kind of working against you, you need to pass a brawl check here.
Oh, my brawl is 53. 3, yeah, so I grab
Okay,
it.
so it's in
No
your
problem.
hand. It's in your hand now. In one hand you have the
Okay.
gun, the other hand you have the knife.
Okay.
And you have Corbitt behind you.
So, can I take a shot at Corbitt with the pistol?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd imagine at that range, it's an automatic success.
Boom. Yeah, it would be anyway.
Yeah, no, you don't even need to roll for that, just for damage.
Okay. My damage is what? What was the damage again? It's a D10 plus 2. 8 plus 2, 10. 10
10.
damage.
Yeah. Okay, basically Corbitt collapses to the floor. Reeling from that attack, as far as you can tell, it was a serious blow to him. The knife seems to stop resisting you. You're not struggling within your arms, it's just there, and Corbitt's kind of like trying to re-find his composure.
Okay. Can I stab Corbitt with his own knife, please?
Yes, you can. That's an automatic success, and he instantly dies.
Yeah! All right. Boom. That's my first rodeo.
Yeah. Yeah. There would be no way for you to know this, but if you actually went and investigated the insane asylum yourself, the father would have given you a very vague hint as to the knife being Corbitt's weakness.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of guessed it was. because magic floaty knife that's trying to stab things. In the movie sense, it's like, wait, I gotta use his own weapon against him and stab him. Oh, look, he happens to be weak against it.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. That's
Yeah.
my thinking.
Okay, so I mean, combat's kind of come to an end at that stage, so there's a bit less pressure on. Is Wentworth going to come down and help you search the room?
Yes.
Okay. So start positioning your characters now for a proper investigation.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring them all downstairs because, someone needs to give medical attention to Jack because surely the
Well, technically he hasn't taken a mortal wound, so he's okay. I mean,
all right.
he was bleeding, is causing a lot of injury. But yeah, any lower and he would have taken a mortal wound from what I understand. But yeah, he'll be out. Have to rest for a week according to the HP loss. But generally speaking, he hasn't. It wasn't a lethal. It wasn't a lethal. So there you go.
Okay. So we're all in the Corbitt Titan place.
Yes.
And I suppose we do checks.
Yes. So
Okay.
what would you like to check? You're aware of the small table in the corner. There's Corbitt himself, and there's the knife, and there could be any other things in the room as well. So
I need Wentworth to do the paperwork. I need Kiko to do the body.
great choice.
And Lois and Jack can just fucking search the room for whatever.
Okay. That's a really good plan actually. So okay, start making the rolls.
Okay, so we'll do Kiko for the biology, which is 70.
Mhm.
Yep, 21.
Okay, so she noticed a few things right away. So first of all, considering like knowledge of the dates of how much time has passed and where he's been buried and so on, Corbitt's in remarkably good condition. She also notes that the eyes themselves are unnatural. That like the shape of the skull and so on, the eyes are of an unnatural shape. And she also noticed quite keenly that the body seems to be decomposing at a rapid pace, like in front of you, not like over time, but like in front of you. It's decomposing at a rapid pace.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for Corbitt for now.
Corbitt. Okay, well, let's go with Wentworth then and his ability to read all this shit.
Yeah.
60. 22.
Okay, so he doesn't have any problem reading it. He does note that again the parchment paper, it's how would you say? Just it's ancient, and as he picks it up, it starts to crumple in his hand. So he just leaves it on the table, and he's able to read it. And what it appears to be is a horoscope of some kind. So it must be like a news clipping or something like that.
All right. Okay. And the other two searching the room then.
Okay, so can you position them in the room? Like, I guess one second one side, one second the other. Oh, I see, okay. Okay. Search the room. Jack doesn't find anything of interest. Lois starts to feel like kind of her feet are getting a bit like tacky, sticking to the ground a bit.
Okay. Jack brings the old flashlight over there.
Okay. So it seems to be like an unrecognized substance on the ground. It's like black. It looks a little bit like slick. How do you say? Petrol maybe. Also kind of like maybe slime or goo. Likewise, Jack's trying to avoid it, but it seems to be expanding. Likewise, Kiko is having difficulty at the moment. As you follow up the torch, you see that it actually is emanating from the remains of Corbitt's body.
Okay. We need to move out of the room. Yeah, we have no time for this. We need to get out.
Okay, so I need the order in which people are going to get out.
Kiko, go first.
Okay, Kiko goes out. Not much difficulty.
Going to get
Wentworth.
Lois.
Let's see now. I'd prefer if Wentworth moved around the other way. Like he's not going to walk straight through the muck, you know.
Yeah.
And you're going to try to move Lois, so I would say. Da, 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 da. Suppose we'll get a brawl. We'll get a brawl. So you
Okay.
can do a brawl check with her. She's getting kind of bogged down here.
Uh, 91. Not good.
Okay, so you can leave her back where she was. So she was down in the corner of the room. So I think it
Oh, yeah.
was here.
Yeah.
And I'll have Jack Mallone move at half pace, so he probably gets as far as Corbitt.
Okay.
The situation starts to get worse. Pretty much all of Corbett's body is like bubbling into like a weird mass. And I need Jack Malone to make a dodge check as like almost an appendage comes out and tries to strike him.
Oh, wow. Well, he doesn't dodge it, that's for sure.
Nope, D6. Okay, 5 damage, and that's going to be 5 acid damage.
Ow.
You take a serious burn to your arm that's holding the gun. You drop the gun to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you've basically lost the use of that arm for now and perhaps the foreseeable future. But we don't know yet. You've taken a very serious burn. Jack needs to get to hospital. He probably needs to be stabilized. So could you do -5 to his health, please?
Yep.
And could I get an insanity check for the 3 characters in the room, starting with Jack?
Sanity. Okay, I'll start with Jack. He's 54. 7.
And a D20.
Oh, wait, sorry. Just randomly clicked. Never mind. 28.
So he's fine.
He's fine. Yep.
Wentworth?
And words. His sanity is 60. 40. Yeah, he's alright.
Okay.
And Lois is what? 50. 47. Ooh, close.
Okay, they all manage to hold their nerve against whatever's happening. And it's you're up. What do you want to do?
Uh, can I get past this thing at all?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It is still quite low to the ground. I'd say it's probably up about the height of a dog.
Okay.
But spread out quite large across the southern part of the room, which is what's bogging down Lois. The reason being because that's where most of the combat occurred. The only character you have that's moving freely right now is Wentworth. So he could probably get out fairly easily, especially with Jack being there. I think Wentworth is okay just to kind of get out if he wants to leave Jack hanging.
Okay. Well, I don't see Wentworth doing anything against some sort
Well,
of.
he has a gun.
Okay, I can shoot, but you're more likely to do more damage.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, he could. Yeah, it could actually make things worse. Especially if you miss, because it's quite dark. Remember that Jack is holding the flashlight probably in the other hand.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a tricky one.
So I'm gonna get out here.
Okay. So he's going to join Kiko, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Jack. Yeah, definitely in some trouble there. You probably need a brawl.
23.
That's a success, no?
Yep. 53 is his.
Okay, so he's definitely out.
Okay.
Now, it's just a question of Lois.
Yep.
She needs to make a brawl.
1. Oh, she's 60. Fuck.
So that's a fail. And at this point, not only that, but it's not only starting to hinder her movement and keep her stuck to the ground. It's actually starting to swell up around her shoes. She has at this point very quickly considered removing the shoes, but after seeing what's happened to Jack, she's thinking maybe that's not a good idea either. But totally your call in that regard. Additionally, Corbitt's body starts to like swell even more, so now there's like even less of a gap available, and one of the like black slimy appendages is trying to make its way out the crawl space. Can't reach your characters, but they can see it's there. They can see what he's trying to do.
Okay.
The appendage as well, on like near the end of it, is starting to burst out into like eyes and things, and trying to sight you.
Okay. Do we have any fire?
Well, there is the coal. There is the coal store. Now that you mention it.
Don't have much of a way of lighting it though.
Yeah, there's just a lot. Yeah, well, that's the one thing. You do have like all this like rotten wood and like you have some rotten wood and lumber. You have some leftover coal, but you don't have a clear way to start it. That is true. Oh no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Jack smokes.
Oh, it's true. He's got a lighter. Okay. Well. Okay. Well. Can I get Jack to like kick in another hole in the wall? Is that possible?
Yes, easily done.
Up at the top.
Yeah, easily done. And actually, I should probably replace. Yeah, so I need to update the room a little bit here. So we'll get rid of Corbitt for a second. And you want to kick another hole in the wall. Okay. So I'd say enough time has passed at this stage that section has been completely blocked off, and the appendages or whatever you want to call them are definitely far enough to reach Lois. If they're far enough to reach through the crawl space, they're far enough to reach Lois. So she's going to have to try and make a dodge, which would be a difficult success. She's limited in her movement.
Oof. Nope.
Okay. D6, please.
That's a 1.
Not bad. Okay, she's down to 4 HP.
Not good.
I think we need someone to stabilize Jack. Unless you want him to bleed out from shock of the burn.
Let's see, Kiko can do that. She has first aid, right? Yeah, she 50. 96.
Okay.
Guess she's not good.
Okay, and could I have Jack on him? 2 HP, please.
Ow.
At this point, especially after exerting himself on the wall, he actually just collapses to the ground. He's not dead, but he's completely exhausted.
Okay.
He's holding his arm and drops the torch to the ground. What's Wentworth going to do? If he can do anything.
Wentworth's going to drag Jack upstairs.
Okay. So reposition the guys. Okay.
Can I get Kiko to get the lighter off Jack?
Yeah, that's easy enough to do.
Alright. Oh. I don't know if there's. I don't think there's any way to get Lois out.
It's not looking good at the moment. I would agree with that. Yeah. Yep. It's not looking good for Lois. She's gotten bogged down for a little too long.
Yeah.
And was in the wrong section of the room at the wrong time.
Yep.
and was injured earlier from a gunshot.
Yep. So we're gonna have Kiko mess around inside room 2 with some fire.
Okay, so you're gonna like fashion a torch together with like coal and probably some spare like cloth.
Yeah.
And maybe
Okay.
like some lumber.
Yeah.
Okay. Possibly even throwing some coal in the direction of the creature.
Yeah, I mean I could throw it into the first hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You probably at this point I think it's important that you go into fairly deep detail of what exactly you're doing because this could matter.
Okay, so my plan is to burn this son of a bitch with a torch. So I was gonna throw the torch
Mm.
at the hole.
Mhm.
Maybe setting him afire, hopefully to get Lois out around him. So that's kind of the plan at the moment.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that if I can.
Okay. Let's see now. So you have a lit torch in your hand, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even think you need any skills to do this. I mean, it's just it's a small throw. I mean, I think you're just fine to throw it. I think it just happens. To be honest with you. So you
Okay.
throw it into the crawl space where you've made the gap.
Yeah.
The creature catches fire. It's like closes its eyes and like quickly retracts some of the appendages it had going through there. It has to move towards. Oh, sorry. It has to move towards Los. Actually engulfs half her body. So her left arm has actually been caught in the bowels of this creature, and has gone numb, and has actually been reduced to bone.
Ow! God damn.
But the joints and the ligaments are still stuck together along with the cloth. So she's pretty much stuck in there. I'm going to leave her on 1 HP at this point.
Okay.
And I'll definitely need a sanity check.
I think she's beyond that. 36.
Okay, her sanity holds, but
Yeah, amazingly.
yeah. So I mean, the crawl space is on fire, right? And that is about as much knowledge as you have about what's going on.
Yep.
Lois is very, very badly stuck, very, very badly wounded, and like if she doesn't get any treatment within 10 seconds, I think she's dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna fashion another torch there with Kiko.
Mhm.
And she's gonna throw it into the coal bunker this time.
Okay. Okay, that's quite
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that works fine. At the moment, it's just smoking, but it's smoking very fast. The room is filling up with smoke.
Yeah. Well, this house is gonna go up one way or the other. We need to get upstairs.
Okay. So everyone's trying to bail at this point.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke coming from downstairs now. You hear like you hear a scream and a gurgle. But beyond that, you don't have any more knowledge about what's going on down there. And anyway, there's too much smoke for you to breathe down there.
Cool.
Kiko could probably make a run for either door. She'd be fine. She could take the back door, or you could take the front door and try to check for that car. But Wentworth is definitely at half pace.
That's fine. We'll go half pace towards the rear door.
Okay. I'm gonna have Wentworth lose 1 HP. Just from
smoke inhalation.
Smoke inhalation, yeah. Otherwise, you're out. Otherwise, you're out of the building.
Okay.
And you can stay and observe what happens, or you can focus on trying to get Jack to the hospital. One or the other.
We're going to get Jack to the hospital, so we're going to drag him to the front, get in that car.
Okay, you go to the front. You find the car is missing, because if you recall, the guy got out. The guy got away. There is no car. But and you're also down a narrow alleyway, so it is going to take some time to get out of that alleyway. But regardless, you make your way back towards the park, and the old gentleman like rushes you to his car, and you basically rush off to the hospital. Jack's fine, everyone's fine, but it's going to take Jack at least 2 weeks, if not a month, to recover from his injuries. You still have the book. You still have the pendant, the idol, and also you hear in the Boston Globe of the old Corbitt place burning down in a massive fire.
Yeah.
And the remains of 3 individuals being found.
Oh. Okay.
1 female, 2 males.
Well, so ended another mystery.
Yeah.
No questions asked, right?
No questions asked. Well, I mean, I don't think the landlord would be too pleased.
I mean,
Well, he doesn't know it was you.
He had gangsters in his goddamn house. Just kind of report to him that couldn't get in the house because there was a load of gangsters parked outside. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and you did complete your investigation, to be fair.
Yep. Sadly lost one, but yeah.
Yeah, you lost a promising student, for sure. What was her specialty actually? Engineering?
Engineering, yeah.
You lost the engineer.
Couldn't engineer her way out of this one. And I don't have to follow through on that promise when she got back to college.
That's true. You've cleaned up that contract fairly quick.
Yep.
I don't know how much Kiko will want to go on another job with you though. Another favor. I have my doubts. But otherwise, you've gathered some quite interesting artifacts to bring back to the university. And there is an archaeology professor there, so who knows? You've got a new contact as well in Boston, Jack. Might be asking for a bit more money next time, but certainly more exciting than the jobs he normally takes.
Yep.
And what happened to Corbitt? Nobody really knows.
Classic H.P. Lovecraft ending. Who knows? What happened? Question mark.
Who knows? Questions.
Monsters, ghosts, weird shit, gangsters, people dying, floating knives. Classic.